Hey, I am here in the middle of our twice a year clear out sale section. I'm going to give you a little tour. I tried to make it as organized as I could. I'm not sure I succeeded in that. So grab yourself some beverage and your knitting and your crochet and settle in because I've got lots of pattern ideas. I'm looking at my list here, my script that might fall while I go through this, but Melissa's got us really ready with lots of different pattern ideas, and we've got the links up on the yarns as I mentioned them. So let's show you some really good deals. Nothing in our shop at Fuzzy Goat has a birthday or even sticks around for 6 months. And since we did a better job at buying this year, we really didn't have but about, 800 items to put in the sale, which sounds like a lot, but is significantly less than past years. So we bought some really beautiful yarns just for you for the sale as well. This year, we really outdid ourselves. It looks so color coordinated. It's just really fun here. So I'm so glad that Mary's watching, and Bev, thank you so much. So let's get started. The first yarn that we have, and some of these yarns, we don't have the whole line, but just some colors, because some of the colors we got didn't float your boat as much. So, but it may be just the thing for other people. So this is Sweet Georgia yarn, SeaSilk lace. It was $46 and it's now $36.80. So you're going to save $9.20, and it has 494 yards. And I used this beautiful yarn to make my Hakuji, which is very popular. You all love it. I love it. It feels so cool on the hand as well. I just love that about it. And I'm just going to kind of toss that over there. And we have a couple colors in the sale. We have, this one is Keepsake. This one is Camellia, a really pretty kind of rusty rosy pink. And this one is also Keepsake. Oh, and then we have one skein of Secrets that would just make an exquisite shawl. So that's some lace weight. I've got some Fino I'm going to show you in a little bit. Another yarn that we have in the sale that we only have just a few colors in is our very popular Uncommon Thread Cocoon. Here, Liz is watching, and Nancy's in Oklahoma, and Sue. These colors here of Cocoon are in the sale. So 2 skeins of, this is, I want to say it right. Yes, it's Debauchery. This is that fluffy yarn that is so fun. This one was $29 and is now $23.20. And it is a combo of 70% silk, 30% merino. So this is the most silk content of anything in the shop. And it has the most unique fluffy, and its consistency and so bouncy. I made my orange blueberry vodka lemonade out of that. And Melissa is suggesting, where did I put this? The vanilla scarf for Cocoon. Look at that. That would feel lovely around your neck. Really fun. Then we have Fino, which is also a lace. And Melissa finished her pleated top. I'm sorry, Fino is not a lace. Fino is a light fingering. Got that wrong. This is her pleated top, and look at how Fino, with its non-superwash and then the silk in there, kept these pleats. It is so fun. This is the pleated top, and we link to that as well. And we've got many colors in our sale here. Let me turn this a little bit so you can see it. Fino is also in our Girl's Best Friend shawl here, and this particular colorway is in our sale. But all of this right here, these 2 bins, are Fino in the sale. So this one here is Peacock Plume. That would be lovely. You could make a Hakuji with this as well. This one here is Parasol, and Fino was $44. It also has a lot of yardage in here. It has 490 yards. And it is the 70% merino, 30% silk. And I love some silk in some yarn, especially here in the South. This one here is Seance and Ball Gown and Silhouette. And it's just a great yarn. I'm getting ready to make, and I get the name wrong every time. I'll have to tell you, I think it's is it Forest Land? No, Forest Land is another one. Oh, Melissa's laughing at me right now. I can hear her saying it, but we're getting ready to make a cardigan, and I'll tell you, I'll put the link up for that. And we're going to use Fino because it is just a little sticky to each other. So it's a cardigan that we're going to steek. And so we're really excited about that. Hey, Laura and Harriet. So Fino is in the sale, and you can save $8.80 on it. And I also can't tell you enough how many times during the year people say, I bought that in the sale and now I need more. Well, we don't have more because that's why we put it in the sale. So now's a good time if you want the sale yarn and you see that it's a good price. Longtime friends will know the price does go down, but the selection also goes down. So, you know, you kind of choose woodland. Thank you, Melissa. Yes, I'm making the woodland cardigan. So you want to get it, if you like it now and you want it, get enough for what you think you're going to do, because we're not going to have it again. And it's always sad to tell people that. We don't like to tell them that. Another yarn that we have in the sale, and just some colors of it, are our Sweet Georgia Yarn Tough Love Sock. And so just some colors. It was $36 and now it's $29.80. And Melissa's got some different shawls for us up here that you can make. We highlighted this one at local yarn shop day, and Melissa's now making it herself. But I believe she's making it for her sister. And we never could figure out how to pronounce that. Filoli? Excuse me for not doing my homework on that. These two colors together would be really fun and bright in that. So that's one thing that you can do with that, because you know we're always going to have a recommendation. And even if I don't tell you today, there are lots of patterns listed there. And then the other one you could do with just one skein is this Silver Wing here too, which is a really great shawl, especially if you're fairly new to lace, because it's easy to kind of watch how it turns out and what you do and when you're off. And it's not complicated lace, but it looks stunning. So those are some things you can do with the Tough Love sock. Ryan Jarns is also in the sale. He is from Athens, Georgia. So we think of him as somewhat local. And we have I'm So Gray. This yarn was featured in our very first Y'all box. So we're super proud of having Ryan in our Y'all box. And with this pattern by Sunflower Knits Tendrils. So one skein will make this lovely shawl. And depending on your gauge, you might need to leave out a few rows of the garter edge, or maybe a few rows of the lace if you want that garter edge. But this Tendrils pattern was featured with this yarn in our very first Y'all Means All box, which we strongly emphasize here at Fuzzy Goat. So this beautiful yarn was $39 and is now $31.20. And we have the I'm So Gray, and then we also have Rainbow Lollipop in Ryan's yarn. And I see one other here that is just really pretty, and it might be one I might need. Fresh, From You the Flowers Grow. Look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, so that's the Ryan's yarn that's in the sale. And hey, Amy, yes, that color is really pretty. All right, so let's see. Once Fingering. Let me wheel this around here. So we've got, I don't even think you can see all the colors. Let me see if I can turn this just a second so that you can see. Hey, Christy, we haven't seen you in a while. So you can see there's 3 layers of these colors. I think there's actually 20 of them here in the Once Fingering. And we also have the exact same colors and Once Worsted. So the Once Fingering was $28 and now it's $22.40. It has lots of plies. It is a thin, light fingering. So you would, depending on your gauge, you might you could even use it as a lace. I'm trying to show you how but lots of plies, super soft, lots and lots of colors. You could make the Virginia top with that. That's what I made. I did not use this yarn because we didn't have it then, but I made the Virginia top right here out of that. out of a fingering. So you could make that. You could also make this Love Spoon shawl. Has some really pretty lace things in there. And you could do that. There's 2 sizes, and you could do one in one skein. So $22.40, and you could make this beautiful shawl. The sale is also a great time to get yarns to encourage other people to knit, so that you can get them set up and say, hey, why don't you give this a try with me? So the Once Fingering, tons of colors, everything from, what are we calling this? The name got cut off here. Teal, bright blue. We've got olive. This is a really pretty red, which is cherry. So lots of colors, lots of options right now. I think we got 20 or 25 skeins of each of these for you guys. But they are one of our more popular things since we've turned the sale on. Now we have Manos Alegria. Let me find my bin for that. Oh, here we are, over here. Okay, Manos Alegria. So I didn't mention Manos with our Fino. Fino is also Manos. Manos is one of our great friends of the shop, Manos del Uruguay. They fabulous women-owned business, dyers in Uruguay. Also run a women's cooperative there where they have schools for the whole community, lots of job opportunities for the women in an area where they're typically haven't been. And so we just really love working with them and supporting them. This yarn, Alegria, feels so soft. It is 75% merino superwash and 25 nylon. So it would also make great socks. But look at this color here. Peach Blossom is really pretty. It was, I can't read that number here. We did such a good job at scratching out the old number. I can't see what it was. It was $36, and now it's $30.40. And so you're going to save $7.60. And you could make the Wild Flowers Tea. This is one Melissa has made here. Or the Pop Rocks Pullover, something she has also made. Because we have a couple. So Melissa has made her Pop Rocks in a color that is similar to this one. This one is Juanita. And then she used a super bright yarn up around her neck, and she could use, let's see, you could maybe use this Rainbow Sprinkles. Is that what it is? Rainbow Lollipop from Ryan up around there. And that would be really cute here in the Pop Rocks. And you could get it as sale yarn. Or if you wanted to go the cool route, you could use I'm So Gray with Alegria Tahiti. That would be really pretty too, because he's got all those little colors in there. Oh, this is so fun. All right, so that's the Alegria, and I told you how much we were saving. Make sure I'm putting things back where they're supposed to go. Let's see. Also, Snowdrop, which is a cowl here like that. And you can use that Alegria. And you know what? I noticed when I was looking at the patterns on Hot Right Now on Ravelry recently, a whole page of like, I don't know, 30 to 50 at once. Only like 3 or 4 of those were actually accessories, like shawls or cowls. Most of them are sweaters. So those of you that have not tried a sweater yet, a vest is a very easy way to go, because you don't have to do the sleeves and you don't have to be as worried about fit. But we can help guide you into that sweater world, because once you're talking about a 2 or 3 skein shawl, Melissa was very quick to tell me when we first started working together, that's the same amount as many sweaters. So we are here to encourage you into the sweater world. We also have our friends Mitchell Wool in our sale. So, that's the DK. I'm going to show you the fingering first. So their fingering is that we have is a sock. This particular one is called Sky. And it is 75% wool and 25% tencel. So instead of nylon, they're using a plant fiber tencel to give it the bounce and stretch that you would need for socks. You would still want to hand wash this because you don't want them to felt, but they would feel amazing. And so these were 32 and now they're 25.60. So there's a really good deal on that. And Melissa thinks that you could not only do shawl socks, but you could do the leaflet shawl as well with that. All right, speaking of socks, let's see if I can guide this around here. We have what I affectionately call in the shop, might even be easier if I try to lift it up, footballs. So this is our special collection of Urth Feza sock yarn. It's stripes, and they were 20 and now they're 16. So you're going to save $4. And this Christmas colorway is super popular. It's got a little bit of, I'm going to call it tinsel, but it's stellina actually right in there. But lots of different colorways of everything from super rainbow and then the Christmas one I showed you, all the way to something more subtle. This one here is number 87. It's not as fun without the names. And then even, which we don't often have, a dark gray and black, and that is number 2. So we have that in the sale. And then another sock yarn we have in the sale is our Schoppel Das Paar. These unwind into 2 separate identical skeins so that you can make striped socks, and they'll stripe like that. And you can have 2 where the stripes start at exactly the same place. And this was 32 and now it's 19.20. So you're going to save $12.80. So that was a really good deal on that. And then also, speaking of socks, we have Alegria Superpool. So this will, if you're making the circumference of a sock, this will stripe. If you're making a sweater or something much wider than a sock, it's going to pool in certain areas. If you crochet, it'll behave differently. But this was intentionally dyed for striped socks, and we have pictures of what those striped socks would look like in these colors. And then it comes with a mini skein that you can use for the heel, toe, and cuff. So this is a great yarn from Manos. Also 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. They were 48 and now they're 38.40. So you're saving almost $10 on this. And we have lots of different colors. So this one's really fun. This one, though it looks like that one, is not the same. It's got some brighter colors, and the little mini is different. This one is lovely. You know what also this would be really fun for is that Christmas lights sweater that Melissa made with the little Christmas lights. These would make really pretty Christmas lights. I'm gonna have to tell her that. You guys have to remind me to tell her when she comes in. We could do that with the Christmas lights. Okay, so that's my sock. All right, so where am I going now? I'm ready to show you Milo. Milo is also from Manos. It is unusual in that it's 35% linen and 35%, and the rest, 65% merino wool. Milo is what this licorice twist vest was written for. The original pattern calls for Milo, and we have 2 neutrally colors. This one is pollen, a little more yellow than this one here, which is Savannah, which is just a nice neutral. I wouldn't even say, this one's more gold and this one is more sand color, perhaps. But it has great stitch definition, and it was meant for the licorice twist. I made mine out of Manos Sammy because I was in love with this color. I did make mine 2 inches shorter than the original pattern, and it's bottom up, and I started my neckline a little bit sooner because I wanted it just a little bit lower than the original. And I just finished it this week, and I'm really pleased with it. You too could make one with Milo in the sale yarn, or you could even use the Mitchell wool DK, which we also have here in the sale, that was 32 and is now 25.60. And you could make this Oh, wait, that goes with a different yarn here. Let's see, I'm looking at my list here. Mitchell, there's the weekend hat and the vibes hat. And where did I put those? Oh, here we go. Here's the weekend hat. You could use the Mitchell for the weekend hat. That would make it really great. Meaning that you could finish that in a weekend. Or you could make this vibes scarf. This is really pretty. So they use all natural dyes. This one here is Piglet. Isn't that sweet? So bouncy, so squishy, really lovely. Melissa made a ranunculus out of the DK, the Mitchell wool DK, and she was very pleased with it. And I think the one that we have enough for a sweater quantity of right now is Piglet. That would also make a really nice look squirrel. What I was grabbing by mistake was the DK Manos Silk Blend. So that would be lovely in this here, which is called Skein. C-A-I-N-E. Look at that vest. This is a great way to get into garment knitting right there. And we have 2 colors of this because we have some new ones coming in the fall. So we have Lichen and Artibus. And this is a yarn that has superwash merino, and then mohair and silk. And it's just got the slightest little halo in there. It's really lovely. And that would be really great in this Wulai shawl or the cane vest. And we have all of these patterns linked up. So you'll find these patterns at the mohair silk DK on there. What else have I got over here? Oh, I got some Merlin to show you. Here we go. Here is Merlin. This is a Sayers. In fact, Melissa made her licorice twist vest when we first made them. And she made hers in Merlin. And so it's 16 and now it's 12.80. And Isager just makes these beautiful yarns. This is 80% wool and 20% linen. And we have several colors here. They also just have numbers. This is 37. We have a good amount for a garment in number 10. And then also this really nice kind of toasty brown here, which is number 9. It's a sport, but you could probably also use that as a fingering because it's a skinny sport. I think rather than look at my list, I'm going to go with what's over here in the spinner. This sample here is the Midsummer Tea, SOMMAR, so spelled differently. And we made it, Elaine made it for us in this Kuzu, which is now in the sale, the Urth Kuzu. And it's really fun because it's bulky. You can also use one skein and make this hat. So it's a great time to get some yarns for gifts while you have lots of selection. We even have a Christmas one. And so this Kuzu was 42 and now it's 33.60. And you could make, do I know how many we used in this size? We used 7 skeins to make this, but 1 would make a hat. So that's a really great thing on here as well. We have some Franca. Oh, the colors we got in the Franca are so fun. So you could use the Franca to make this Lanesboro vest that we made last winter, but look at the colors we have. So this is a bulky, it's just a single ply. It is so fun and lofty. And we have this one here that's called Cupcake and this one here that's called Balloon. Look at those. Yes. Nancy, you can make anything I'm showing longer. If I missed your question, you were asking about the Midsummer Tea, you can make that longer. And this one you can make longer. Really, the only ones that are more challenging to make longer are the unusual garments that are knit sideways. But even then, there's probably a way to do it. So I'm just loving and tickled at this Franca that we were able to get for you all. That's really fun. And this Kuzu just comes in lots of different colors. here like that too. So you could just kind of grab a selection here during the sale, and then come fall or even in the summer, because it's fun to knit a hat, because even though it's thicker, you know, you only got that in your lap, and you could knit up some hats, and then you have some great gifts come the season for gift giving. All right, I think I've shown you everything that's in this spinner. So now I'm just going to spin myself around to some other yarns over here, and then I'll show you the stuff that isn't yarns. And everything you see in the background also is in the sale, including this boho bag in this colorway. This is Melissa's bag. I just saw her come in. She probably was carrying that. So this silk blend, cherry rumple vest, Elaine knit this up for us. We've seen lots of variations of this. You guys have really taken this on. It's got this little pearl texture in there. I've seen lovely ones where the lace section was done in a different color, and then the ribbing also. And we have some really beautiful silk blend over here in different colors that we can show you. The silk blend was $26 and now it's $20.80. And you can make that top in this. It's a DK. It feels amazing. 70% wool, 30% silk. So it's a lot like Fino, but just thicker. And you could also do the Age of Brass and Steam. You could even do one Age of Brass and Steam. It would be smaller, but it would make a cute little kerchief. It would also be cute in the Sophie scarf. So you could do a lot with one skein. One skein only has 150 yards, but there's still a lot of really cute little scarflets that you could make with that. And it just feels really great. It's the reason it's called Silk Blend. And then let's see, over here is here's the Alegria Grande. So same thing, same combo as the Alegria, which is the merino and nylon blend from Manos. And it was $35 and now it's $28. And we have these different colors. And Carolina's working on a Claude sweater, C-L-A-U-D-E, that's a worsted, and it's all garter stitch, so no purling. She's having a really good time with that. It is pieced, so if that bothers you, I would say don't let it, because sometimes it can give a garment some really good and needed structure. So, and it's garter stitch, so seaming that's going to be really easy in picking up those ridges. You could make one all in one color. I mean, it's more of a solid, which in this color is Parrot. Or look at this one here. This is really fun. Bright Idea or Colorado River. Any of those would be great. Or if you wanted to do a garment, my pattern here, Mango Tango, was originally written for that exact yarn for Good Vibes. And you could put together Colorado River and Parrot. And this pattern was written so that if you used a yarn for worsted, if you used a yarn that had a lot of variation in it, how to keep it from pooling all in one section, it's got a special little stitch that has like a little crossover there. And that would be a great way to use a yarn like this with all that variation in it. So that's the Alegria Grande. Let's see if I've shown you all my yarns, all but the Urth Worsted Once. So I showed you the fingering. Here is the Once. Same group of colors over here. You could make this Italian scarf out of Once worsted, and it's a thin worsted, so light worsted. So you could even use it in a lot of DK patterns. It would be lovely in this all summer tee. And the fact that they're really solids, which we don't often have because we really specialize in a lot of indie dyed yarns, and it's not as fun or as easy to make a solid. So this is a great time to get that kind of solid effect as well. So we have all of those. Those are the yarns. All right, let me switch out my here, and we're gonna go to kits. We got some kits, so the kits still have yarns in them. We have over here in the kits, oh, I forgot to bring over our Antelope Valley Snood. We have this kit is in the sale. This was 120 and now it's 96. Even if you don't want to make this, what it means is you get this whole bag full of all these different colors of Blue Sky Fibers wool stock. So it would be great for making a color work sweater, having the different colors. See all the colors in there? Those are all solids. You could use it for all sorts of things. So we have that pattern and kit in the sale. We have our crayon baby blanket. Here's the baby blanket. It is a crochet pattern, though you don't have to crochet with it, right? Nothing is going to say that you need to do that. This was 260 and now it's 208. So you're going to save over 50 bucks and you get all these skeins. We have how many all listed, and then all these minis, and it's a worsted weight. And we have natural white with the minis, or we have this light blue, which is what the original was done in. With this one has the, oh, there's the minis there. All of that is the Alegria Grande, and so that's just a lovely yarn, and you'll be really happy with that. We have some Girl's Best Friend kits in the sale of our original version as well. So this is Fino with some fuzzy goat colors that we chose. And so again, you don't have to do the Girl's Best Friend, but it also was 120 and now it's 96. So you're going to save $24 in that. All right, I have, where are those? Oh, I'll find them when I get to them. Okay, our festive night shawl kit is in the sale. So this was $198 because this is all silk yarns, silk blends, and we got the blends listed out there. And it, where's my note here? I'm jumping around instead of going in order. $198 now it's $158.40, so you're going to save almost $40, and you could make this beautiful shawl, or you could make something else with all of that lovely yarn. This is Metallico in here, and we have a couple different colorways. This is Metallico, and it's just so soft. I made a shawl out of that once. And then some of the Surrey, I'm sorry, I said that this was a silk blend. This is all alpaca. It's Surrey alpaca and baby alpaca together. So that's really pretty. In fact, we have our sample of this in the sale, and I can show you that when we get around to that section. What else have I got over here that I want to show you that's in there? Okay, I got carried away. This is how some things end up in the sale, because I get really excited and then sometimes they just don't hit the mark, right? I mean, I don't know why this didn't, but this is a Dolly Parton paint by numbers, and it was 50 and right now it's 40. I have to say it was really popular among the team when we were putting it in the sale, so we have a few less in the sale than we originally did. And so this is put together by a young woman in New York, and I just love the Dolly Parton. And then also our paint by numbers with the national parks is also in the sale. I won't say that I won't try paint by numbers in the shop again, but right now I put a big pause on it and I put them in the sale. We also have this crochet kit is in the sale. This is the Tory tote kit, and it comes with these handles, and it's crochet and the little wooden thing, and it is like cotton tape is what it is, and it won't take you a whole weekend and you'll have a bag. And so we have this, I'm showing you black, but this particular color right here is terracotta. It's that there. We have better pictures online. And then we also have this blue, which is midnight, right there. So we have that in the sale. Let me tell you, let's see, it was 98 and now it's 78. So you're $78.40. So you're saving almost $20. Our Dublo hat kit is in the sale. This is what the Dublo hat kit looks like, or the hat looks like. Ours is a different colorway. It's mostly blue. It's buried over here, but it's really cool because you can reverse it. You can go either way with that hat. So that, I'm just gonna put that over there. Fix that up later. What other kits can I show you while we're over here? I think I've shown, our Berry Cozy slippers are in the sale, but you can use those 2 skeins for anything else as well. And you can make lots of sets of slippers depending on what size you're making out of this kit. So it was $98, now it's $78.40. You're gonna save almost $40 on that too. And then, let's see, I am a sucker for this. I buy it, we sell a few, it goes in the sale, I forget, then I come back around and I buy it again. So this is my very favorite Clementine Hunter needlepoint. We have several different designs of hers. She is no longer with us, but she is an African-American artist in Louisiana, and all of the proceeds from her sales go to her estate, and I just love them. I'm working on one myself, albeit very slowly because the knitting compels me more. But yes, so our Clementine Hunter kits are also in the sale, and you can save almost $15 for that. What's in the sale right now for just a little bit of time, because I'm not gonna, I like having them around, but I did put them in the sale a little bit, are our toys. And let's see if I have any information on how much. They were $34 and now they're $27.20. These are fair trade. They're made of cotton, so they're hypoallergenic. You can put them in the washer. I mean, look how cute these are. And then our little rainbow guy, or rainbow bunny as well. Yes. If you need to organize this stash here that you're buying, we have some stash organizers that are in the sale. The big ones. So we got this one big size here, that one color. I'm making a mess down here. And this one is a double. So if you need a double stash thing, or you could just use one side and pull the other side out when you need it. So those are in our sale. And let's look at some more bags. I'm going to give you a spin, hopefully without making you seasick. I'm going to turn my piece so it doesn't fall down. We got a bunch of bags here in the sale. Ooh. Okay, this one, you know, I try the different Ori styles. Let me back up a little bit to see what hits and what works. So this one's in the sale. This is our Ori London Luton, Luton barrel bag. It was $108 and now it's $64.80. So you're gonna save over $40. It's really got a lot of cool features. It's got this pocket at the end here. This literally as big as my Paddington crossbody. And then a pocket on this side too, that's flat like that. And then 2 pockets on the inside as well. So it could look like a gym bag, but you could put your knitting in it and people would think you are so athletic. Melissa's probably going to put both in there. So we have this color and we have this blue with the orange. I thought my Gator family might go for that, but not yet. And then I love this avocado green as well as the burnt orange. So these are in the sale, and this is kind of sad for me. But as you guys have seen, we're refreshing our logo and all of that. So this is our Creed bag, which we had printed for us by Work and Shelter that do great service and work in India. And this is our cotton project bag that was $22 and is now $17.60. And it has all the things we stand for on there. And then also the tote bag is also in the sale. And it, of course, if it's going to have our name on it, it's going to have a gusset. And they were $38 and now they're $30.40. These I won't mark down as the sale goes on because we won't be getting those again. And it's very kind of sad for me. Our rainbow vegan tote bag, is that what I'm bringing over here? Yes, yes. Is also in the sale. It also has a gusset. And it has a pocket on the inside right up here at the top. I like that. And a snap and these vegan handles, and they're all printed in Florida. And this was $38 and is now $30.40 also. So we've got those in there. We've got a few backpacks, the sizes, the Bantry, just a few of the colors that have been here a little bit longer. This color in the Richmond, I have this in orange, but this moss is in the sale. And it was $130 and now it's $104. We have some fanny packs in the sale. So this straps on and super cute. Doesn't quite look like a fanny pack. I've actually used this when I've traveled as my notions, and they're right there on me. So that's super fun. Oh, Pam and Kathy and Barbara are watching too. So check those out. Now I'm going to bring you around over here so we can look at some of the smaller things I've got here. Vintage tea towel bags that Jenny sewed up for us. That light is a little weird though, isn't it? Those are in the sale. They were $48 and now they're $38.40. I collected the tea towels and then had Jenny sew them up. So you save almost $10. And these are, it was a New Orleans based tea towel. Our yarn bowls that are locally made, Elaine's son made these to her specifications, are in the sale because we want to get new colors. So we're going to put this color in the sale, and you can save us almost $6 on that one. And I can't read my handwriting on that one. So, but it's listed on the website. Patches are in the sale because we're refreshing our logo. Floops, cozy cakes, floops, stitch markers. We're kind of narrowing down on the kind that we like, so we're going to kind of stick with those. You're seeing how humid and hazy it is by seeing how humid and hazy my background looks here. All of the brooches are on sale right now. Again, something else, I just got to go in hard, and I get a lot of different kinds, and then, you know, sometimes I miss the mark. Or they've just been around a while and I'm ready to get some new ones. They haven't even been here 6 months. I'm just ready to get some new ones. So all of these are in the sale. And sachets. So if you are storing your yarn, sachets are fabulous. They smell like lavender. Moths don't like scent. It doesn't have to smell bad. So we have lots of sachets. Again, something else I have a weakness for buying, but doesn't always use the best amount of our resources. This little ribbon bag is also on sale. It's got a little Buzzy Goat tag on there, made in Alabama for us. And so let's see what else I've got to show you here. I think now I'm gonna, some Hide and Hammer bags, our t-shirt. That makes me a little sad, but we're going to have a new one come fall. And I'm going to do a whole separate video on our samples. So I'll come back and do that. I might even just turn around and do that now or later today. We'll see. But let me know what we can help you with the sale. You have been watching me for almost 50 minutes, so I'm shocked that any of you are still on here. Oh, our hats. Oh my gosh, my family was like piling on the hats going, oh my gosh, those are in the sale. So our bucket hat, Carolina's been wearing that nonstop, this hat, and we have a teal one. And also our hats that are like this say Thomasville, Georgia across the back. But we'll have some new ones come fall. So I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna get this where I can get links up, and then I'll come back and do another video on our samples. We have about 9 that we're selling right now. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know how we can help you.